up, peoples? Whew, early in the morning. I'm shining today. Oh, listen, when I say I'm shining today, I have to explain certain things, because sometimes when people hear you talk, you see, they're making it seem like you're saying one thing, but because people don't say nothing to me. They don't ask me nothing, you see. So, so I don't explain it. I used to try to, but I don't explain it no more. Shit, I don't even know how. Because it's simple. Removed all that intelligent shit and just hear what a person is saying. You would just say, oh, you see what I'm saying? Everybody's it's like everyone is prepared or preparing themselves to be fed. You see? Preparing themselves to be fed. Something new in their environment. You see? You see, because what's new to them and what made them go, ooh, you see, that elder man down the street, you see, he was talking the same thing to people 40, 50 years ago, before that person was born, you see. So, so if I say I'm shining today, I'm saying that because I'm speaking of what represents Leos, that right there. What represents lion, a lion, you see. You see. The L with the I-O-N, you see. The L with the ion. I didn't say lion. You see, no. I'm talking about, you see, the great feline, the male feline. You see, or the female lion, you see. Boy, I tell you. And sometimes when you try to explain this shit, you make it sound worse to people because shit, it's like you can't. It's like, why are you trying to explain something that's grand like that? You see, I mean, everybody they will put that down. As you speak on, they'll put that down. But at the same time, they be asking. Whew, I'd be glad when it's warm outside. When it get warm, I'd be glad when summer come and all these other type things. That light shine in the winter and the summer. You see, isn't it something though? I just want to share something with you, man. Listen to what I'm saying to you, man. Listen. The thoughts are the movements of imagination, you see, projections, you see, thinking. All these things will come from me. Stored experiences, you see, in a mega storage room, you see, all these things are inside of me, are inside of you. You see, we all have this inside of us, these storage houses and all these other type things, you see. I just want to share something with you a little bit. Just imagine if someone asked a question about you. You see, about you. You see, and the person whom they ask, you see, the person who they ask answered is answering the other person. You see, and they'll do it to where they make the other person understand something about the other being. They'll make them understand it. They'll give them something from themselves or something that came from their experience or however it may be, and will make the other person understand. You see? So they ask the person. So when they ask the person, the other person put on whom the other person asked, they put on its name and its body and its experiences in life. This was that person did when they asked this person about this next person. You see, they put on that person in order to answer them, in order to give them what they call a correct answer, however it may be. You see, they put on this person. You see, so about time. So when it comes to seeing the body whom one person asked another one about, you see, when they see that first person, when they see him or her, when they see them and they being themselves, however it may be, you see, they won't take what the realism is giving them. You see, because it don't sound articulate like the person who told them about the person. He won't be talking articulate, maybe. You know, I mean, I don't know. Or he won't be talking, certain things that what was given to them. They'll see something in him that they can confirm. You see, that was spoken from the one who wore the false garment. You see, from the one who wore the false garment. You see what I'm saying? You see, they don't want to. They don't want to ask or say anything to the realism that's in front of them. You see, why would they? It was already prepared by something. Something came in the midst before them, put on the garment, you see, of them, you see, and start educating them, you see, about the real one. You see, they started educating the person about the real one, you see. But the real one will be standing before you. The real one will be asking questions or saying certain things, but you won't hear the real person. You would think the real person is full of shit. You would think the real person is lying to you. You would think the real person is an evil one. You see, or a negative one. You see, this is what you'll feel about this one person, this realism that's standing before you. You see, and you don't have no reason. See, you don't have no reason to feel that way. See, but the thing about it, the one whom you was asking about is staying right in front of you. They're right there. They're right there, but you won't be able to see them because someone covered you and comforted you. It made you a believer. You see, they made you a believer. You see, you have that sperm has a head and it has a tail. You see, it has a head and it has a tail. You see, your mind is a great place to store information. You see, if your mind is right, the body will follow. You see, if the mind is right, the body will follow. You see, if the heaven is not warned against itself, you see, the earth will be stable. The earth will find its balance, you see, on its axis. You see, the earth will. You see, the earth will find its, it will find its sacred place to where it can settle and rotate. You see, and rotate. You see, around the sun. You see, so you can get the proper nutrients, you see, from what that great light gives. You see, so what I'm saying is, you see, how could you come to the head? How could you come to the head without me? You see, how could you come to the head without the next cat? You see, how could you come, you see, and ask about my mind, and ask about my ways, and ask about my character, and ask about my integrity, my morals, and ask about anything about this head, or what's in my mind, or what's inside of the temple. You see, just imagine if I call myself a father. Just imagine if I call myself a governor. You see, how you gonna come? You see, how you gonna come? You see, you can't get no understanding about me from another person. You see, how would you do that? How could you do that and then act upon what the other person told you? You see, how does that work? How do you do that? You know, what steps did you take? You know what I'm saying? Where did you get that understanding? Did it come from you? Did it come from your grandparents? You see, your great-grandparents, you know? So I'm talking about trespassing in other people's dimensions, or trespassing in other people's temples. You see what I'm saying? How could you come there without the source? How could you come? How could you come how could you come to my mind without me? How could you come to my heaven without me? How could you come? You see, how is it that you can come to me? You see, to my mind, to my Father, you see, without me. You see, so you mean to tell me you don't want to come through me? You don't want to come through me to see what's going on with my heaven. You don't want to come to me to see what's going on with my lineage. You don't want to come to me to see what's going on with my heritage. You don't want to come to me to see what's going on with my blackness, see what's going on with my depths, see what's going on to my heights, see what's going on with these bodies inside of me. You don't want to come to the Father. You know what I'm saying? Where you at? Who you talking to? You see, who you giving information? Who you asking? Who got my name in their mouth? You see, who is this? You see, who's trespassing against these internal laws that I developed through experiences since I was a child? You see, you know what I'm saying? You know, I heard a person say one day that there's no laws. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying, what you talking about? There's no law. There's laws all around you. Be more specific. Be more specific. You know what I'm saying? When you talking about there's no laws, I don't understand what that means. You see, there's a law of walking. There's a law inside of exercise. You see, there's a law. There's laws in how you view things. You understand what I'm saying? There's laws everywhere. Now, if you're talking about scripted laws, I can understand what you're saying, and that's fine. But you have to be more specific on what you're talking about. You see, because if you're talking about scripted laws, could be, I don't know. But put the living ahead of your movements. Put the living is, you know, before you a little bit. You see what I'm saying? And then usher. But well, hold on now. You could be a heathen. You see, if you were heathen, you would erase what the Most High gave to you. You will erase everything that the Most High put inside, all the mechanisms, all the components, all the atoms and the nuclei and the protons and the atoms, all these things. You will put these things to the side because you know the Most High created that. So what you're going to do, you're going to say to hell with all that because I don't understand it. So I'm going to come from the script. You see, I'm going to come from the script. So that's what you do. See, you don't want the body of the Most High to come to you. See, only thing you want Only thing you want is scripted measures. You see, you want scripted measures. You see, because see, you don't say in the you know, by the text, the laws of the text. You just say in general the laws. You see, you just say in general the laws. You see, you got to have people that's on the outside of you to understand what you're saying.
What's up, brother?